There are three levels to investing, and sadly, most watching this video right now are stuck at the wrong level. I run a hedge fund. I've been doing this for 15 years. I started back when I was in the minor leagues on a $1,200 a month salary. I have lived every single one of these levels personally. Over the past 7 months, my fund is up 28%, while the market over that same window is up only 10%. In the first quarter of this year, when the market was down, 100% of our clients still made money. So in the next few minutes, I'm gonna walk you through all three levels of investing, what each one looks like, where most people go wrong, and how to figure out where you are actually at right now. The first level is what I call regular investing. You have a 401k, you have an IRA, you have a normal brokerage account, you buy an index fund and you leave it alone. This level actually works. Why? Well, because inflation runs at 4 to 5% per year, GDP is 1 to 2%. That's where you get your historical 6 to 8% annualized returns over time. You set it up once and then you forget about it and you allow the capital to compound over time. And the good thing is you only have to make this decision once and it runs in the background while you go on with your life. So that way, you're not checking your portfolio every 5 minutes. You're not stressing about what to buy or when to sell. It just sits there and it compounds over time. But that is the good news. Now, here's the bad news. For most people who actually have real capital, 6 to 8% a year is potentially underwhelming. You look at those numbers and you think there has to be something better than this. And honestly, you're probably right. 6 to 8% is not going to change most people's lives anytime soon. But the problem is not wanting more. The problem is what people do about wanting more, because this is the moment most leave level 1 and walk straight into level 2. Now, level 2 is where you decide to do it yourself. You look at those 6 to 8% returns and you think, if I actually put in some work, I could do better than that on my own. So you start picking stocks. Maybe you start following analysts, you learn fundamentals, you start reading earnings reports, or maybe you take it even further and you get into things like day trading, swing trading, charting, technical analysis, all of that stuff. I'm not saying learning about the market is a waste of time. Understanding how this stuff works is valuable at some level, but there is a big difference between understanding the market and thinking you can beat it by doing everything yourself, especially with limited background, experience, and time. And look, I get it. It makes sense. If doing nothing gets me a 8% annual return, then actually putting in effort should get me more, but it doesn't. And this is the level where almost everyone loses. And the weird part is the harder you try, the worse result you get. Take a look at Bill Ackman. The guy is a billionaire. He manages tens of billions of dollars. He has a full team of analysts, a research budget that is bigger than most companies, and access to information that you and I will never see. Over the last year, his portfolio has been down 25% compared to the index, and over the last 5 years, down 66%. If he, Bill Ackman, cannot beat the index with all of that, I don't think you have any chance. And the trading side, frankly, is actually way worse, because there's a real reason it does not work for anyone. When you buy a stock and you hold it for a year, you get two things. You get the company's future earnings, plus you get something called the equity risk premium. That is basically what the market forces will pay you for taking risk rather than just putting your money in something like a treasury bill, where the return is essentially guaranteed. That premium is a big reason why the stock market goes up over time. But if you are day trading, you do not get that premium because it only pays out over a period of time of a year. It's the market's reward for holding risk for a year or more. If you are in and out of a stock in hours or days, you are not holding long enough to collect that equity risk premium. You are just betting on which direction the price moves next, And that is basically a 50-50 coin flip. And then on top of that, you're paying commissions. The price is moving against you between the time you click buy and the time the trade goes through. And you are a human being who panics when things go red and gets greedy when things go green. So your actual odds end up worse than 50-50. That's why less than 1 in 100 people who actually day trade are making money over the long run. It's not a discipline problem. It is actually a basic mathematical problem that's simply working against you. Now, I can say that because I've even tried day trading myself. About 10 years into my investment career, I was running the same strategies that I currently run in my fund today. It was the same setups. It was the same rules. Everything about it was essentially the same. The only difference was that I was doing it all manually. I was sitting at my desk for 5 to 6 hours a day, making every trade myself. I was beating the market, yes, but I was still only getting about half of what the strategy was supposed to be delivering for me. So it was 30 hours a week. I had 15 years of experience, and I was still leaving half of my returns on the table. Then finally, over 2 days in a row, I had to pick up my son from school, and I missed a trade both times. And those 2 missed trades were the difference between a winning week and a losing one. But the missed trades were not even the real problem. Once I got home, I saw the results, and like every other person on the planet, I got angry and started making trades I had no business making because I was trying to make back the money that I had left on the table. And obviously that made it worse. If those trades had been automated, on the other hand, they would have been executed properly and I would have been fine. But I was the one doing it. So my emotions cost me. That is what level 2 does, hear me out, to everyone. So if you're sitting there thinking you are smart enough or disciplined enough to make this work, I thought the same thing until I realized I just wasn't. Quick thing before we move forward. If you want to see how my fund's numbers actually move any given day, there's a link in the description of this video where I give you the exact file my investors used to track our daily performance in real time. It's the same file, the same data, and there's no gate. Anyway, let's move on to level 3. So level 1 works, but for most, it's just too slow. Level 2 feels like an upgrade, but it makes things worse. So is there actually a way to get a better result without doing everything yourself? Yes, there is, and that is exactly what level 3 is. Level 3 is pretty simple. You use a different strategy than what you get at level 1, but you are not the one running it. So you're not clicking the button. You're not timing trades. You're not making calls throughout the day. Something or someone else handles that part. And there are 2 different ways to do it. The first is automation. You take a rules-based strategy and you let an automated bot execute it. The bot does not get tired, does not get emotional, and does not decide to skip a trade because it's having a bad day. It just runs the playbook every single time. When I automated my own strategies, I went from getting 50% of the expected return to 90%. What I did was just take myself out of the process. And that missing 40% I had been leaving on the table was just the tax of being a human being. The second way is full delegation. You can write a check to a hedge fund and someone else runs everything for you. You're not adjusting settings and you're not watching the screens. You are completely out of the loop. And I know that sounds uncomfortable to many, but that is exactly why it works. With the bot, you still have some control because it's in your account and you set the rules. With the fund, you have none. But having no control also means you have no way to mess it up, which is kind of the whole point. The wealthiest people I work with almost always go the fund route because they figured out the best thing they can do with their investments is write a check and go back to making money in their businesses. Now, I want to be very straight with you. To go for the fund route, you need to have some serious capital. The bot path starts at about $25,000 in capital, but the better strategies really need $100,000 or more to work well at the bot level. Now, the fund path requires you to be accredited. So level 3 is not available to everyone right now, but it is not a wall. There is a way in at every single stage, and the bigger doors open as your capital does grow more. And I would not be doing you any favors if I did not tell you where people screw this up, because level 3 has its own version of some of the same mistakes. The people who get burned here are the ones going after returns that are unbelievably too good to be true. Go search right now for Forex bots, and you'll find people promising 3 to 5% every single month like clockwork. But the only way to produce that kind of return consistently is by taking on massive risks underneath the surface that nobody realizes. And I have a real example for you too. There was a company called NERP running a bot called FedBot that did exactly this. They were running 3 to 5% a month with no issue, month after month, and the returns were fantastic. But the way it worked was the bot kept doubling down on losing trades. Every time a position went against it, instead of cutting a loss, it just added more. So you win small over and over again, and it looks great until one big move goes the wrong direction and the whole count is gone in a single day. That's exactly what happened in the summer of 2024. Customers woke up and everything was wiped out. The 3 to 5% was never free. They were just collecting small wins while sitting on a risk that could take everything, and eventually it did. So the rule at level 3 is the same as everywhere else. If someone is promising you huge returns, there is a huge risk behind it. The strategies actually worth running are the ones where the real risk is clear and the returns are realistic. So now you know all 3 levels. And the last thing I want to do is help you figure out where you actually sit. There's one type of person I see fall into level 2 that trap over and over again. It's the person who's actually made money, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe more. And they're looking at 6 to 8% a year thinking, this is not going to change my life. I worked hard for this money and I don't want to wait 30 years for that money to matter. I want it to do something for me now. So obviously it makes them feel like taking over and doing it themselves. And the thing is, they are not wrong about the problem. 6 to 8% really is not going to cut it for what they want. The mistake is not wanting more. The mistake is thinking that doing it yourself is how you get there. It's not. The move is to skip level 2 completely and go straight to level 3 where a system or a professional is handling it for you. So ask yourself one question. Are you sitting in level 1 feeling like the returns are not enough? If yes, do not grab the wheel. Find someone already who has figured this out and either automate the strategy or hand it off. Level 2 is not a stepping stone. It is a trap. I could not beat it. Bill Ackman could not beat it. And your chances of beating it are nearly impossible. So now you know the 3 levels and where the traps are. If you have some real capital right now and you want a straight answer on where to actually put it, click this video right here. I walk you through exactly what I would do if I were starting over in 2026 with $100,000 or more, how I would plan my moves and which level I would go after first. So I'll see you there.